Hi, I'm Manny Monica. I will be assisting Hey Cherry Hey today in making a wig. No, Cherry is not a professional. We're doing this for fun and I'm her assistant. Okay guys, so as Monica told you in the intro, I will be making a wig today. As you can see, I have my wig cap here. I have my 5x5 closure. I have some thread. Okay guys, so Monica is ready. She has her wig cap on and we are going to be starting with the first thing, and that is laying down the closure. It's very important to lay down the closure and lay it down properly. It's very important to make sure your wig cap is sitting right also. Okay, so Monica has the closure on and she's ready to go. So now all I'm going to do is stitch down the sides and stitch the back down last. This band right here, that's why this band is here, in order for you to stitch on this band and not on the closure itself, okay? So yeah, so I'm going to stitch this all up and I'm going to come back and show you guys what that looks like. Okay guys, so as you can see, Monica is all stitched up. Let me get a little closer so you guys can see that stitch work. Now, like I said before, disclaimer, please, I am not a professional. I do not make wigs professionally. I know some people have it in their mind like, oh, she do, stop. I do not do wigs professionally. But however, I do have a couple clients that do purchase wigs from me. Guys, so I'm going to fill all of this in. I have 3 bundles here from Big Old Bundles in Body Wave in 22 inches. It's really pretty. I have my thread here, nylon thread. Excuse my nails, guys, seriously. Nylon thread. Please, if you're doing wigs or weaves, please use nylon thread. It's important. Cotton thread dries out your hair. So make sure that you have like 3 to 4 needles. It's good. I have 3. I usually have like 5 needles, but I lost a couple needles. So 3 to 4 needles, 5 needles is good. It just keeps you working faster. So yeah, that's important. Make sure you have all your needles threaded. Make sure everything is threaded before you start your wig or your weave. Okay y'all, so I'm gonna start off with my first bundle. Make sure you have your T-pins. As you can see, I have some T-pins here holding my cap down, and I'm also going to use the T-pins for holding down my track. Sorry guys, that's my washing machine. I'm washing clothes, trying to get a video done. It's just work. Okay, so this is the bundle. This is what it's looking like. Like I said, it is Body Wave. 22 inches. Pretty big old bundles. Big old bundles. Do not attach the weave track to the closure, to this band. Do not attach it on the cap. Attach it on the cap. So this way you can always be able to change your closure if you needed to. Okay? Alright. So this is the 5x5 closure. So I'm going to start right here. So now, the edge of this cap, like I said, take your needle and you're going to go through the mesh of this wig cap. Okay? You're going to go right through that mesh. And also what this does is hides the knot. I learned that from TIERRA Monet. I learned that from her. I have to give her props to TIERRA Monet. I learned that from her by watching how she did her wigs and stuff like that. Now, also, you're not going to pull all the way through. You're going to leave behind the part that's knotted because you want to insert the needle through it. So you want to split that apart like so. You want to split that apart like that, so it's 2 pieces, 2 sides rather, and then you push your needle through, pull all the way through, and put the needle through the weft. Again, leave a space. Don't pull it all the way through. You want to leave this space. You want to leave this hoop, like a hoop. See that? You want to leave that hoop. So this way I'm going to put the needle back through there again. Put the needle right back through. Whoops, it got caught on my T-pin, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so boom. That's it. Now you're going to secure that. You're going to go through that weft again, because you're going to secure it now. Make sure you're not going through the band. Make sure you're just going through the little holes. You're going to go through again. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the thread. You're going to loop around twice. And then you're going to pull that thread through. Pull that needle through. Get that thread going. And that's going to secure that edge. You could do this about 2-3 times. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to create a big knot. What you can do is move over a little bit and get another little piece of the weft right next beside it. Go straight through the weft again, go through the cap, secure it again, go around 2-3 times. I'll go around 2. This is going to secure your weft down on your cap. This is not going to be a long drawn out video. I'm just trying to show you guys the basics of how I start my wigs. Like I said, I'm not a professional. So now I'm going to go under. I'm going to go not in the weft. I'm going to go under. I use my finger as a marker to know where I am on my cap. Like I said, other people use a color. They use a white pencil or any kind of light pencil to mark around and know where they're stitching, so this way they can stitch along that line. I stitch with my finger. I don't use the pencil. I just stitch along the line because it's like I can see it in my head. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I can see that in my head. So I just use my finger as my guide. So I'm sew on the little mesh that's around the band that they have on the outside of it. You don't have to sew on the elastic, because if you sew on that elastic, you're not going to get the wig on your head. I'm telling you that now. I learned that from experience. So that I learned that from experience, because you don't want that to be you. You talk about, oh, my wig can't fit my head. Well, you did something wrong. You sewed on the elastic, you know, and not in the mesh. Right? So we just gonna sew all the way around. Everybody have their own way of doing things, so this is my way. And I hope it teaches somebody, because somebody also taught me. You know, I mean, I've always done hair, but I had to watch somebody, like I said, TIERRA Monet. I watched her do wigs. That's who started me off in doing wigs. Me and my sister used to talk about it, and my sister was my first client. She did a what was it? It was a weave. It was a weave. It was a no track. Oh my gosh, I need to find that. When I find it, I'm gonna insert that video. I'm gonna link that video in the description box so you guys can see what I'm talking about. She and my sister was the first person that I did that hairstyle on. I was so determined to get it done that it was amazing though. It was so amazing. I couldn't believe I did it. You know, my sister was getting questions like, oh, who did your hair? La 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 la. I don't think I have a picture of that anymore, but I do have the I'll put the link in the description box. TIERRA Monet. It was like a glueless, not a glueless, but to get a middle part, girl, I tell you, it was just amazing. That's how I ended up learning, and then I started watching more of her videos and watching her do wigs and stuff like that. You know, so that's how I learned. I learned by watching somebody, and hopefully somebody will learn by watching me. You know, pass the torch. You know what I mean? So hopefully somebody can learn something from me. You know, like I've learned from someone else. So this just gets repetitive. All we doing is just stitching around the cap. I'll come back when I'm done with this and you guys will see what I've done. Again, you do not want to start out just going into your sewing. You don't want to go back into stitching. You're going to leave a knot there. Not good. What you're going to do, pull back that hair, go under this mesh again, go under that mesh right there. You want to hide the knot on the thread. Go under the mesh, go under it, pull that hair back, go under. Again, stop halfway because you want to push your needle through here. You want to make sure you get that hole right there. Can you guys see that? Want to make sure you get that hole like that and push that needle through it and bring your needle all the way through, and then close that off. Pull it all the way through. It's secure. Now you're going to take your hair, lift the thread up. Make sure the thread is going up. Put it back here. You can put back your T-pin. Put your T-pin back. Put your T-pin back to hold it and go on to stitch as regular. Now, you know, just the same, like I said, the same way I learned from someone. You know, the same way you'll learn from someone as well, even if it's not me. You know, I'm not a hater like that. Even if it's not me, you know, you will learn from someone. You know, YouTube is saturated with making wig videos, you know, but everybody have their own style of doing things. You know, me, I like to stitch very close. You know, me, it might take me a little longer opposed to somebody else that might say, oh, I just want to do a quick wig and I want to, you know, I want it to have mad space in it. That's not me. I do have clients that I do make wigs for. Like I said, I am no professional, you know what I mean? But there are people that buy my wigs. So I'm doing something right. You know, but this didn't happen overnight. You know, it took me, this is trial and error. It's trial and error. It's trial and error with everything you do. You know, until you are doing it repetitively, you will get better at it. You know, so take your time, do it, and you know, I know you can do it, so take your time and just do it, you know, and you will get better and better at it. Please believe it. I'm telling you. If you have a friend, you know, start with your friend, tell her, hey friend, you know, hey friend, I want you to be my model for my wigs. You know, I want to try out a wig. I want to make a wig and I want you to try it out on you. You know, see how your friend like it. You know, when you get to this part where you're coming close to the closure, double this thread. You see this thread? Double it. Turn it around on that. You're not going through the weft though. You're still under the weft. And you want to pull that through. Because now what you're setting up is you're setting up the tightness. You're setting up the security of the wig. You're setting up the security of your ends. It's really important that these ends are secure because it can unravel and that's not a good look. You know, when you have clients, if that unravels, it's not good. It doesn't look good on your end. So make sure that you're stitching here and you're double knotting. You're double knotting because you want to make sure that that weft is secure to your cap. You don't want any, you know, you just don't want any unravelings. It can unravel if you don't do it right. So go to the edge of that cap, but now I'm going to go through the weft again. I'm going to take my needle, go through the weft, go right through this weft. Again, do not sew on your closure. Do not sew this weft onto your closure. I cannot stress that enough, because you can have problems with that. Get to the end. You want it to the end. As once you get to that end, again, secure it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You already set up the back, so now you're setting up the front. Pull that through. Take your time, especially if your thread is long. Take your time. Secure it down. Secure it down. I want you to go back over that one more time. Go back over that one more time, because again, you do not want any slips. You do not want any slips. Go right in there again. Go through that mesh. Hit it 2 times. Pull your needle and thread through. Pull it down. You want to hold that in place, because there's a trick to this. People always like, oh, well, how the flip over method, I can't do that. It don't come out right. It don't this, it don't that. Now listen, me sometimes too, it don't come out right, but you got to know how to work it. Go through the weft. You're going to go through that weft. You're going to go straight up, not on that thing, not on not on the closure. Make sure you're staying on the side, on the side. You're going to bring that up. You're going to 3 times. You're going to pull that thread through. Again. Right there. You see right here on the end. Go in it. Get in there. Go up in that mesh. 2 times. 2, 3 times to lock it in place. Lock it down now. Lock that here down. It should be nice and flat, which it is. Nice and flat. And then you're going to go on your regular stitching. So this thread has a knot in it, so I'm going to cut it. Anyway guys, as you can see, all the way at the top, almost finished, and I'll come back to you guys with the finished product. So okay guys, everything is done. The wig is finished. I just have to cut off this lace right here. It is a closure, it's not a frontal. Middle part basic. Yeah, so my client should be pretty happy with this. Okay guys, so that's the end of the semi tutorial. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Monica, stop staring and say goodbye. Goodbye.